Alright, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Hutan Pantai. We have not much to do today at all. I'm in the process here of stacking these bales up here. I'm actually stacked them decently today, compared to normal, but in any case, we're stacking them as best we can. We've got one more, I believe. Yeah, one more to stack up here. These are not ready yet. They're not fully silage yet, but they're about 80-90% done, so they will be ready by the end of the episode. But today, other than this, we have nothing else to do. So as you can see in the right-hand corner, I've already accepted 2 fertilization contracts, and I believe we're going to accept one other contract as well. Something, as far as a contract goes, that we've never done before. We've done it a lot. As a matter of fact, we do it all the time. But as far as a contract goes, we've never done it. So I think we're going to do it. It's a decent amount. We're going to do this bale wrapping contract. $8,283. We've got a great wrapper. There's no reason for us not to go ahead and accept it. So we'll grab that one as well. So fertilizing these 2, which are relatively large size fields, and then wrapping that field, which is a big field as well, 7.36 acres, right? So going to be pretty nice to get those done. Something new for sure. So let me go ahead and strap these suckers down here. The new ones I just put on here. The last two I put on. So they're ready to go. Currently at 66,000 liters of grass. It will be silage soon. I'm just going to kind of put this out of the way for now. I'm not sure where we're going to be taking it to. From what I saw earlier, I think the animal dealer is probably where it's going to be going. But we'll find out. Got a multiple pallets there of the cabbage spawning, so that's really good for us as well. So we're going to do the fertilizing contracts first, I believe. We got to continue to go at this and get closer here so we can buy another field, right? We want to buy one of the fields for one of our threat objectives. Speaking of those, a couple episodes ago I put up a screen blip, if you want to call it, of those objectives or threats, and people seem to not really hate it. They didn't love it either, I don't think, but so I'm going to continue to work on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with that path or that approach or do something else. I don't know. Perhaps maybe just kind of scrap the idea altogether. I don't know, but I'm going to continue to work on it, so we'll see. We'll see what I come up with, if anything else, or if I continue to utilize that. Who knows? I'm not perfectly happy with it. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. I'd like to be happier with it. I'd like to have something better, but I don't know how to make it better. So, and we're underway. So I'm just going to do this one, I think. Probably both of them, honestly, just by utilizing my eyesight instead of actually doing the steering assist. I think I'm going to be fine to do it that way. It's not that big of a field. I like fertilizing anyway. I'm relatively decent at making sure that I get, what we need covered with the fertilizer and not wasting a ton. Knock on wood, normally I'm pretty good at that. Now we've got plenty of fertilizer in here because we bought a bunch, if you recall, from the buying silo, which not sure how much more we're actually going to utilize that based on all the other things I've told you over previous episodes and previous series. It just does not appear to be any cheaper or even the same price as the market, or as the shop, excuse me. I believe the price we're getting is whatever it is from the market price versus the shop price, so we'll probably only utilize it whenever money's not too big of a concern, or if we know it's not going to be much that we're going to be buying, right? When you have a big fertilizer spreader like this, it's a little difficult to stop it from filling it up way more than you want it to. And so it costs a shit ton more money than you really wanted to spend, right? Get down here to the corner, we should be pretty much done with this field. One more pass up here and we're done. Now we're utilizing the John Deere here for this. We probably should be utilizing the Challenger here, but you know, that's all right. All right, perfect. So that one's done. The other field is pretty far away. It's over by our other small little field, field 11 over there. So I will head on over there, and I will see you in a second. And we'll get that field done, and then we'll jump into the Challenger, grab the baler, and we'll head over to field 38. Alright, this is all back. Both those fields are done, so let's go ahead and turn those contracts in. Now we'll make a little bit of money off of those. Quick save, obviously the auto save. Perfect. Up to 90 grand, I love to see that. Let's get into the Challenger here. We'll get our baler out. We'll head on over and do that contract. Now, is there any other contracts out that are decent for us? Harvesting, deadwood, cultivating, hoeing, mowing, spraying. I guess we could do some of the spraying contracts potentially. Tear the grass. Not really tons out there besides the spraying. The harvesting ones, I think, well, there might have been, if there's a few other ones out there now, I think, than from when I looked earlier. But yeah, it's all stuff that we'd have to lease their equipment. So not really the most ideal. We'd rather use our own equipment so we can save some money, right? Make a little bit more money, I guess, is how I should put it. Let's head on up there. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to buy some bale wrap, I think. If I go to the right thing here. What's in the used market? That's a nice harvester, but nah, not for us. Let's see. Consumables. Here we go. Rainy wrap is what we want. Okay. 3,900. It's not a terrible price. I mean, that's basically one of the contracts we did paid for that for us, so that's good. And this contract that we're going to be doing now it's a decent amount. I mean, it's $8,283, so it'd be pretty good, right? Now, what we bought, it's not all going to fit on here because we still have some on here, obviously, but we can at least fill most of it up. It should be sufficient, hopefully, for us to be able to finish that contract. Hopefully, we don't have to come back and get more. I moved out of the way in that little time-lapse there from one of the Byrons, as you saw. Wasn't that elegant because I climbed the rocks and stuff, but I did move him out of the way. I just knew he was going to cause some issues. Give him the space. Let's try to be friendly. All right. All right, it's full. So, let's see, how do I get here? It's actually not too far away. I just need to go this way, turn right, go down this road here. And there they are. I can see them from here, actually. They're up on the hill. Awesome. I don't know how many there are here. I would assume there's a lot because it's a 7-acre field, so it's quite a big field up on a hill there. We haven't really spent a whole lot of time in this section or this area of the map yet, so nice to get over here. Check it out. Yeah, there's a lot of bales here. Does it tell you how many bales there are? No, it doesn't tell you how many bales there are. How many bales do we think we got here, gang? I don't know, probably 25, 30 bales, I think. Somewhere around there. You guys know I don't really love doing time lapses back to back, but I think we're going to do that in this instance or this case because baling is much easier to watch if you're on a time lapse. It is a slow process. This bale is just moving on its own. I don't think I can pick this up by hand, can I? No. These bales are just doing their own thing here. I can't even get this thing to stop moving. There we go. Just gotta make sure I put them that way, I suppose. The hill is just gonna keep swallowing them up and making them roll all the way down to the bottom. Not really what we want. Because then it might tell me, this bale, you don't have enough bales on the field. You can't turn in your contract. I mean, I don't know if it's going to say that. Just my assumption is that it would say something like that to us. All right, well, let's get to work here, gang. There's a lot of bales to do. It's going to take us quite a while, but in a time lapse, it shouldn't be too bad. A couple minutes, and we'll be done. Alright, it's all done. It didn't take too long. It wasn't too bad. Used up a little bit of the wrap, but not a bunch. Not a bunch, by any means. Alright. 8,283 bucks. We're up to 95 grand, which is awesome. Let's get this back to the farm. I'm going to fill up more of the wrap on the way back, because why not? We're here. We might as well utilize it, right? We might as well fill it up while we're here. And we'll head back to the farm, and we'll take a look at some of the other stuff that we need to do, some of the more housekeeping type of stuff, right? We'll check the goats, we'll check the greenhouse, etc., etc. And we'll take a look and see how our bales of silage are doing, and if they're decent, we can go sell those. Okay, but first things first, we do need to flood the field here. I don't know if that one, I don't think that one needs flooded anymore, but this one definitely needs flooded. So let's flood it before I forget about it, because that'll cause us to lose yield if I don't keep it where it needs to be at with the water, right? Go ahead and flood that. Do not believe this one's going to need it anymore. I think this one will probably be ready in an episode or two, because it's pretty long now, so I doubt it needs it, but we might as well double check it while we're over here. Nope, didn't think so. Okay, so let's see how our silage is. If it's still not ready, there's one other contract that I think we're going to do today. Specifically, it's going to be around mowing. There's a mowing contract out. It's not a huge contract, so it's not going to make us a ton of money, but yeah, they're not ready yet. So we'll probably do that contract first, though. Let's make sure that the goats and everything are up to tip-top shape here, along with the greenhouse. The greenhouse should be fine, though, because we did fill it up to max in the last episode. But it might need a little bit. This is not a very big tank, so it's probably going to need a couple to fill it up, right? Yeah, it's 18, so probably another fill up, potentially, and then we can fill up the goats, and then we'll do this contract. So the contract I'm looking at is, where's it at? Mowing, here it is. Not too far away from us. It is not a very big field. It's only 1.81 acres, but it will provide us $2,195. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. It won't take us long to mow it with our mower at all. It's a decent width on the mower that we have, so. Still driving across the neighbor's yard here. They don't mind. They're fine. They haven't said a word to me since. They haven't said a word to me saying otherwise, so we're going to continue to do it. At least till they have crops in. If they have crops in, maybe we'd be a little bit more nicer and go a different path. I don't know. I'm not saying we will, but if we ever do decide to buy that field, we'll probably put a track through it, right? So we can get over there quickly without having to kill any crop. Let's top off the sheep, or the goats, excuse me, not the sheep, the goats. Let's top them off, and then we should be good here. Perfect. I'll leave that there. We can go put this away. Actually, we'll just hook it up to the trailer, because we'll probably utilize this one to take and sell these bales. We'll use the Challenger to do the mowing. It's got a little more horsepower to it, so should be a little bit better for mowing. Probably should turn it off. I don't need to be wasting the gas like that. All right, field 49. I think I know where field 49 is. I think I know which one it is, rather. I know the vicinity of where it is. Should be down where that fog is over there. In that area, at least. Alright, should be this field straight ahead of us, I think. Well, kind of slightly to the right. This field right here. Yes, it is. Perfect. So let's see. How are we going to go around this? I think probably be smarter to go this way. So let's go this way with it. It's nice that they have contracts now for, you know, mowing and things like that, which, unless I'm mistaken here, I don't think they had many, if any, at all, because, you know, at least for a console version, at least, because there was no GPS or, you know, course play or anything like that for console players. So I think this is kind of a new thing, because I don't remember ever doing a contract for baling before. Let alone mowing. We're already 16% through. This is not going to take long at all. I'm assuming we don't have to mow the whole thing. That's normally how it works. We had to obviously bale all the bales. But normally when you're doing a contract, you know, if you're doing fertilizer spreading or harvesting or whatever it may be, technically they're going to tell you the contract's done before you finish the field. So I'm assuming that's the same thing here. So I'm going to go a little bit untraditional here. I'm just going to kind of keep doing headland passes all the way until we get a little bit closer to an area where we can do more traditional style, but I don't really think it matters that much in this instance. So today is a day full of contracts, but you know, when we don't have a whole lot else to do, that's what it is, right? It is what it is. All of our fields should be in relatively tip-top shape here. Yeah, they're all fertilized multiple times. They're just in the growing stages, so we're just kind of waiting for that to complete. So we'll just do some contracts. It is August, which there's not really a good time to sell a whole lot of anything, I don't think. We will double-check to make sure, though. We'll take a look at the market and make sure that nothing is, for whatever reason, higher than it typically would be in August. And more specifically, maybe as high or better than what the average best price would be throughout the year. You know, if that's the case, then maybe we sell something today, but I doubt it. We're going to sell the silage just because the silage fluctuates by like $10. It's not... We might as well continue to sell the silage to make us more money, right? Because we're inching closer to being able to buy that field, and that's really our next goal and next objective. So then at that point, once we do that, we can put down, it'll probably be the small sawmill, honestly, because it's cheaper, even though it takes longer, but we're not really in a specific rush here. We've got a long way to go on this series. So we'll probably put down that small sawmill, and we can start chopping down some of those trees on the land of the field we're going to purchase, right? And then we got to start saving up money and pay off the loan and buying a green bean harvester, right? It's not cheap. Basically, that's $1 million we're going to have to come up with, right? We got to come up with $500,000 to pay off the loan, and then another $500,000 to buy the harvester. We can't accomplish that threat of the green beans without having that harvester. We also need to make sure we have a drill that can drill the green beans, because along with harvesting it, we also have to be able to replant it or reseed it. There's a lot to do. A lot to do on this series. Now, the Farm Maze Challenge series is coming to an end. It probably has 1, maybe 2 episodes at the time of this recording. The time you're probably watching this, it's probably 1 or 2. It's a fun series, but we're finishing that one up. I believe I'm going to tackle the investment challenge from Rusty Money Gaming, I believe. What might occur, just to kind of give you a heads up if you're still watching at this point, we may have a bit of a break for this series for an episode, possibly 2. I might just pump out, 2, 3, 4 of those investments, series episodes, just to kind of get caught up with the guys, because I know Krusty's doing it as well. I'm sure others are doing it as too. I haven't really looked closely to see if anybody else does. I just saw it was posted on the YouTube front page, whatever you want to call it, the feed page, whatever you want to call it. I just saw Krusty was also tackling that challenge, so I like to do those challenges with the 2 of them and a number of other individuals as well who always do the challenges together. So I feel like it's a good spot for me to take that one on and replace the Farm Maze Challenge with it. Speaking of that Farm Maze Challenge, in the last episode, I just put up the bale maze, which I had talked about for a number of times, in case you have not watched it for whatever reason for a while. I was talking earlier on about building a bale maze as well, and that has been accomplished in the last episode. and we successfully get out of the bale maze, give you a chance to look at it and see if you can figure out a way out as well. The way it works is when you go into it, you're only allowed to go one way. You can't turn left and right. You can only turn one way. And in this specific instance, you're only allowed to turn right. So you have to get into the bale maze and figure out how to get out by only turning right. Bit of a brain teaser, but it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun. Okay, we're done with that, so we can go ahead and turn that contract in. I would think the bales are ready by now, but I've been wrong before. We're up to 97,000 now. Let's see. %, so not quite. They're not quite ready yet, but that's okay. Canola, nope. We're not selling that today. It's just not quite good enough. Long grain rice is close. It actually is decent right now. 2,100 at the train, but you know you got to pay for the train that way. We'll wait till the next month. We only have a little bit in there anyway. Not really worth it. Sorghum, absolutely not. Anything else in here? Wheat, and absolutely not. So, yeah, nothing else to sell besides this silage. So, let's wait for it to finish fermenting here. It shouldn't be too long, and we'll go sell it. Okay, we're on our way there. Slowly but surely, the grass is flipping over to silage, as you can tell. I might speed up time a little bit just to make sure we get it all there. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Obviously, we got to do an autosave here for a second. Just bump it up to 60. Should be able to flip through that pretty quickly at that point. I didn't really do that great of a job putting these on here. I never do, though. I'm terrible at stacking bales, gang. I'm just, be honest with you. I'm really bad at it. Alright, silage is all there. We can drop this back down. Ooh, we almost went too far. Probably gonna be a little difficult for this tractor to get up this hill, but that's alright. We'll make it slowly but surely. Anyway, I'm really bad at stacking bales, gang. I mean, that's actually not that bad of a job, all things considered. But it's one of my biggest weaknesses, among many, I admit. The baling, stacking of the bales, rather. If you're coming here to watch somebody do a really good job of stacking bales, this is not the right place. All those challenges that they do and that you always watch at like the farming convention stuff, like there's no way. Like I'd probably be last place. Okay. I do not remember exactly where I need to put these at, so bear with me for a minute while I turn on the interactive zone markers. Here, I think. Perfect. 24,682. That gives us 122,189. Now, I do not think that is quite enough for the field we want to buy. It is enough for one of them, but I do not think. So remember, we have to buy field 26, which we're just short of, and 32. We can nearly buy 32. We are so close to buying 32. However, 32 I do not believe has much of any trees. It does have 2, I guess. But there's not many trees on this field. This one, though, 26, has a good chunk of trees, and then they're... Let me face the right way. All these up on this hill. So this is the one we really want to buy right now. It has a little bit of room, you know, I guess down there, down that vicinity somewhere. It is grass right now, though, so, you know, if we buy it, we can still buy it and we can utilize it as a normal field for as long as we want. But to complete that threat objective, we have got to plant green beans and harvest the green beans. Until we can do that, though, not going to happen. What I would love for it to happen, because there's no rule around this, I would love to see a green bean harvester in the used market. Maybe we can save ourselves a little bit of money. But what's going to probably happen is as soon as we buy that field, that harvester is going to come out in the used market and we won't have enough money to get it, no matter what we do. Even if we did every contract, I don't think we'd get there. So that's likely to occur. That's likely what's going to happen to us. But who knows? A little bit of a shorter episode today, gang, but we're going to leave it here at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you smashed the like button. Subscribe if you just stumbled across this and are new. That way you can stay up to date whenever I release a new video. Thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, you know the drill. Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.